Hey honeybees, welcome to Eclectic Duality. My name is Alyssa and today we are doing a saucy pick a card reading just for you. This is going to be who has a crush on you. But as usual, keep in mind the energy is fluid, time is an illusion, roles can be reversed, and this may not be your story. And that's okay. There's so many amazing readers out there. One of them will resonate with you. And if you don't like the story that I tell in this reading, change the outcome. It is that simple. All right, honeybees. So this is going to be a PG-13-ish reading. And if you resonate with your pile that you choose or your piles, I will actually have a link in the description and pinned in the comment section that will take you to the 18+ version of this reading that is spicier. It's going to be who has a crush on you with their desires and fantasies explained in detail. So if you are over 18 and you want to check that out, like I said, that will be in the description right under the timestamps, and it will be in the pinned comments right below the timestamps. But anyway, let's get back to it. So we have 3 piles to choose from here. We have pile number 1, represented by the peacock quartz. Absolutely gorgeous. Pile number 2, represented by the amethyst. And pile number 3, represented by the sodalite. All right, honeybees, so I'm going to give you a moment to decide which pile or piles, because you could have more than one crush, you feel most drawn to. Timestamps will be in the description, and I will meet you there. Hello, all my beautiful pile 1 people, or those of you who felt drawn to the peacock quartz. This is your reading. Who has a crush on you? So we're just going to separate these out. Now, I haven't even looked at these yet, so I'm just as excited as you to check this out. So first of all, we have Uranus energy. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius or someone who has a lot of Aquarius in their chart. I'm going to hold it up to you just a little bit more because there's quite a glare. But yeah, we have... Basically, you have someone who's extremely dynamic, someone who is very unpredictable. But I'm also getting quick as lightning in their thought process, which is why I keep coming back to that Aquarian energy. I just heard that some of them might have Aquarius rising, or they might have an Aquarius north node, is the other thing that I just heard. Doesn't have to be the case, but that is the energy that I'm getting from this person, that they're very, very cerebral. Now, how did you meet this person? We have unexpected income, thoughts, toil and labor, and courtship. So obviously this is super specific, but the first thing that came to my mind is a workplace romance that happened at a really, really crappy job, okay? So basically you guys both had this job together, you were co-workers, and it was extremely hard work, and basically that person was the only good part about your day, or maybe if you don't see this person that way yet, or they're not completely on your radar, or nothing is manifested between you guys yet, I feel like you're the best part about this person's day. You brighten it in some kind of way. And like I said, this is a hard job. I mean, look at the toil and labor card. You know, this is basically talking about a time period where women were working in the textile mills, and it was common, you know, at a minimum for them to lose their hearing and to lose fingers. And they would get very, very crap wages. So, you know, that is definitely kind of the vibe I'm getting here, is that in some way you're related to their workplace. The other thing I'm hearing is that this person thinks about you while they're working. They daydream about you while they're working. Now with this unexpected income, it's kind of interesting. It could be you could actually be this person's boss or supervisor, or you helped them get a job, or you brought a job opportunity or some kind of financial opportunity their direction. Or it could have been likewise. They could have done that for you. But in some way, you're attached to this person's financial stability, or they're attached to yours. That's how you know this person. With the courtship showing up, like I said, it could be that something has already kind of happened between you guys, or maybe you guys have been flirting quite a bit. There's definitely that courtship feeling of two people who are flirting, getting to know each other, kind of bantering back and forth, but we still haven't solidified a full relationship yet. Okay, so what are the angel's messages to you in regards to this situation? We have Angel of Clearing. Your time of waiting and confusion will soon be over. So obviously, for a lot of you, you either don't know that this person has feelings for you, and that might be bothering you. It could be that you like this person already and you just can't quite read how they feel about you. Well, you were being told that that confusion's about to be over. This person is going to come clean to you, or you're going to come clean to them, and then they're going to reciprocate that feeling, or there's going to be some kind of sign, that goes in your favor. The other thing I'm hearing in regards to that message is that it might be completely unrelated to this person. If you've been feeling off balanced, if you've been feeling confused in your life, not knowing which direction to go, everything will be made clear. That path will be illuminated for you. So don't worry, okay? Like I said, it doesn't have to be romance in that specific message. It's just something that your angels want you to hear right now. All right, so tell me about this person's romantic feelings for you. Tell me about those romantic feelings. We have Summon. We have Complicated, and then we have Fragment. Okay, so if that confusion is coming from this connection, it's because this person hasn't truly figured out exactly how they feel about you. Now, the feelings are there, as this reading is who has a crush on you. That's pretty self-explanatory. This person has a crush on you, but maybe they're not as in tune with their feelings as they should be. This is someone who, like I said, has Aquarian energy, someone very cerebral, someone very logical. They're always in their head. They're always analyzing. Very analytical. But when it comes to emotions and their heart, I feel like this person is definitely not good at interpreting their own feelings or anybody else's. So the other part of that is you might be flirting with this person, and this person might not be catching on that you're flirting. Okay? Or this person flirts with you in a way that doesn't seem like flirting to you, and you don't take it that way, and this person's left confused, wondering why you didn't respond or reciprocate, or it makes them feel like they kind of struck out, So there's definitely this feeling of neither one of you fully connecting at this moment, because you're not knowing quite how to communicate or reach each other. But like I said, with that Angel of Clearing, I feel like you're finally gonna get some clarity on this really, really soon. But with the Summon, I will say that this person wants to reach out and have some kind of communication. Now, is it the most romantic, robust, just affirmation of their love? Probably not right away. But some more flirting, some more banter, maybe a smile, maybe they hang out with you on their break, maybe you guys go on a date. I don't know. It could be a casual coffee. I don't know. But in some kind of way, I feel like this person really wants to reach out to you. They really want to enjoy you. They want to get to know you, that kind of stuff. All right, so what is coming next in this relationship for my pile one people? Wow, okay, so we have playfulness, that banter we talked about. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And then we have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. I told you, finances are somehow wrapped up in this, whether it's theirs or yours. So it could be, if you guys work together specifically, that might be what the blockage was, you know, the concern of working with someone that you want to date. You know, you might worry about that affecting your finances if you get fired for it, or if there's drama, that affecting your job, that kind of thing. But I almost get the impression that one of you is going to be leaving this job fairly soon. It could be someone gets promoted, or it could be simply that someone else picks a different job. And I actually feel like that action of moving workplaces for one of you is actually going to open the door to this relationship, and it's going to kind of unlock that next level for you guys. I think that was the biggest thing holding you back, is the fact that you guys worked together. There was some kind of fear and discomfort involved with that. And then we have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So the other thing I'm getting with that is that you guys might have two very different ideas of spirituality and religion. One of you could be involved in an actual religion, and one of you could be involved in more of a spirituality. Okay, for instance, let's say that your person is Catholic and you kind of are non-denominational spiritual. Okay, where you don't subscribe to any religion, you're just kind of going with your own thing. Or they're Jewish and you're Catholic. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's just two very different religious beliefs, and I feel like that has affected this relationship in a bit as well. I don't think necessarily that it keeps you guys from finding a common ground. I think it's more both of you just kind of contemplate what that would mean if you guys got together. Okay, and like I said, this could be one-sided right now. It could be that the person who has a crush on you is the only one that has feelings, you know, in this situation right now, romantic feelings. You might not have this person on your radar yet, or you might not see them in the same way they see you, okay? So we want to leave room for those kind of stories as well, because we are reading for a lot of people. But I do get the feeling that religious differences definitely makes someone in this situation, most likely the Aquarius, at least analyze it further. And then we have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. That is pretty clear. So what's funny to me, and why I kept going with that reciprocal energy rather than a person who has a crush on you but maybe you don't reciprocate, is that card right there. I feel like this, are they your end all be all? I don't know that. I don't know that. You know, I believe we have many soulmates, okay? And some of them we're meant to spend our life with, and some we're not. Some are meant to teach us something important. But what I will say is that I feel like this person's going to grow on you. So if you don't feel the same now, I feel like that those feelings, they are going to grow over time. They are going to get stronger as this person opens up more and allows themselves to be a little bit more in their heart chakra and a little less up in their crown chakra. Okay, I think that's going to make a big difference in this situation. Okay, guys. So let's pull some further messages real quick for you guys. Tell me more about this situation. We have the Hierophant in the reverse. We have the Three of Wands. And we have the Six of Swords. Should I stay or should I go? Very clearly. Okay, someone is definitely not ready to make a commitment right now. And you have someone who's kind of in that feeling of fight or flight. Now, it doesn't mean that there's someone being aggressive or abrasive at all, but someone's definitely unsure about this situation. And I think that once again goes back to workplace romance, difference in religious beliefs, you know, something very different in regards to ethics, morals, your backgrounds, something like that. I feel that that's definitely affecting this connection. But we'll go back to the angel of clearing and say that you have nothing to worry about. Things are going to clear up and common ground will be easier to find. Now, a new thing that I am doing that I'm super excited about is I got charms for you guys. So we are going to just pull a couple of charms from the little bee here, and I will read whatever messages, as brief as they are, come from the charms. Now, I have not looked at all of these charms yet, so this could be funny. I could pull a charm out, not know what the heck it is, and then we just kind of sit in silence for a couple seconds, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm excited still. I'm excited. Okay. We got several little charmies here. Okay, first of all, I actually love this. I have I can. Okay. We have a little clover, 4-leaf clover. Right there, I feel like it's saying I can because I have luck on my side. So I feel like this is more an affirmation that you should tell yourself, and an affirmation that the person who has a crush on you needs to tell themselves. You know, with the workplace romance, the difference in religion, whatever, it might be daunting to someone here, and they need to basically empower themselves enough to know that they can get through this, that the universe has their back, that luck is on your guys' side in the situation, especially with the feather showing up here. Okay, when you find a feather in your path, it always is important. That's my opinion. It is always important. It is always a message from the angels, your guides, your higher self, and generally it is in some way giving you a sign that you are protected in whatever situation, you know, this feather's energy is pointing towards, okay? So if you have been finding feathers lately, I strongly encourage you to look them up online and figure out what they would mean in this situation. But I feel like with the feather showing up, you are getting some strong signs from the universe about this connection, and I feel like your person is as well. This is Maleficent, my little kitten, as you can see. Sorry if she knocks anything over in advance. Okay, and we have an elephant here. Really beautiful elephant, and the way that he's dressed up, it kind of reminds me of the elephants that you see in movies that are supposed to be portrayed as being in like India with all the decorations. And then we have, oh my gosh, we have two swans making a heart. So right there with an elephant and two swans showing up, we have animal synchronicity, you know, kind of going with that feather as well. I feel like you're going to be seeing signs from the animals around you specifically. The other thing I'm hearing is if you guys have animal guides specifically, I feel like you might have... I feel like elephants might actually have some kind of huge significance to you, and it also could be a significant thing to your person. I think this is more about synchronicity, okay? They also, if you look at the strength yet gentleness of an elephant, you know, elephants, obviously, they can be very territorial, especially the bulls, but when you look at an elephant, you know, they are so powerful. They are so tall. They're giants, but they're also gentle. They're gentle. They don't actually want to crush anybody underneath of their feet, okay? And I feel like it's kind of that energy of someone being really, really powerful, but really, really gentle. And I think that actually might be your Aquarius person. There might be something about this person that might be a little bit overwhelming or unapproachable, but this person, it's kind of like that gentle giant type vibe. So your person actually, regardless of gender, might be tall in stature, or they just have a really powerful presence about them. With the swan, the swans, it's definitely going back to the soulmate energy for me. It's just basically telling me once again they are a soulmate. And then we have the wheel here, the boat wheel, okay? And then we have the lock, the padlock. and we have skull and crossbones. Okay, so with this actually reminds me of these two cards here. It's almost like, and I kind of touched upon this before, but I feel like the door to this is going to open. This relationship will be unlocked when a big change and shift in path, shift in journey occurs. So like I said, if you guys have a workplace romance, I feel like this is someone literally leaving that workplace for another job, and then this relationship will be open to happen. It's something like that, but that change is required first. All right, honeybees. So one thing I like to do at the end of all of my readings is I love doing a yes, no, maybe pick a card portion. All right, so we're going to do 3 questions. So I want you guys to think of 3 questions that would require a yes, no, maybe answer, and I will pull your cards. All right, so your first question, the answer is the Ace of Clubs. A passionate fire will be lit within yourself or another. Yes, 2 exclamation points. Extremely positive answer about a new beginning. Okay, now think of that second question that would require a yes, no, maybe answer. We have the Jack of Diamonds, a message of a new opportunity or gift. If you asked me if someone's going to reach out to you soon, the answer is yes. If you were wondering if you should reach out to someone else, answer is yes. If you're wondering if an opportunity is going to come in soon, yes. All right. You're going to hear about whatever it is you just asked me about. You're going to get communication soon. All right. So think of that third question that would require a yes, no, maybe answer. And we have the Jack of Hearts, a romantic offer or message. So either you just asked me the same question again in order to double check the answers, or you might have been asking me if this person's going to communicate their feelings to you soon, or if they're going to come out of the woodwork and make themselves known in some kind of way, or if you're going to develop feelings for them soon. I'm seeing that all as a yes. Okay? All right, all my beautiful pile 1 people. If you got to the end of this reading and it resonated, what should we leave in the comments? I feel like the elephant or the swans would be a great thing to put in the comments. I think like both of those had some pretty high synchronicities. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and leave it there. If you liked this content and you would like to see more, join the family, subscribe down below, comment it down below what part resonated, what didn't, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Love you so much. Oh, don't forget about that link in the description. If you want to see the 18+ reading and you are 18+, click that link. They are under the timestamps in the description and in the comments. It is a completely free reading, as all of my readings are. All right, guys, bye for now. Hello, all my beautiful pile 2 people, or those of you who felt drawn to the amethyst. This is your reading. Who has a crush on you? We're just going to separate these cards really quick. Okay, so we have Pluto, your ability to transform, take a big leap forward, and rebirth. So you definitely could be dealing with a Scorpio. I'll say that right now. And then we have the 5th house, where you have fun, romance, and create things you are proud of. Ooh. With that energy, I'm feeling Pisces. I mean, I heard Libra initially, but it feels more like a Pisces energy to me. So this feels very much watery. Okay, definitely watery. But one thing I will say with Pluto is, you know, Pluto is basically an ice asteroid. Okay, I mean, there's different terms for it. That's not fully accurate, but it's cold. Okay, where Scorpio, even though they're a water sign, it's basically like lava in the water. Okay, so I feel like the person who has a crush on you, extremely passionate, extremely passionate person, extremely emotional person. And I'm not saying necessarily someone who is crying emotional all the time. It's just emotional, passionate about everything, dynamic about everything. If they're angry, you know. If they're sad, you know. If they're happy, you know. If they like you, you know. If they don't like you, you know, okay? So I have a pretty strong feeling that you guys already know who this is, and this person has made it pretty clear that they feel this way about you, okay? So obviously, this person could be a Scorpio or a Pisces, or they could have a lot of Scorpio or Pisces in their chart. So look at their really strong placements, their rising, their moon, their Venus, and I'm also hearing the North and South node, okay? I feel like those are all going to be, especially the North node, I feel like those are all going to be really important, in regards to this. And I feel like one of those or many of those placements are actually in Scorpio, okay? All right, guys, so let's see. How do you know this person? Where did you meet them? We have mature man, bad health, high honor, and message of concern. Interesting. Okay, the first thing immediately that came to my mind is that you know this person through a grandparent, specifically a grandfather or a grandfather figure. If it's not a grandfather figure, I feel like it's an older gentleman who, I'm hearing that it was an older gentleman who got sick, okay? And I hate to go this far because it's so specific, but it's an older gentleman who got sick, maybe passed away, and then there was a funeral. There was, I feel like it might have been someone in the military, someone who was a soldier at some point, okay? And I feel like they had a military funeral. Obviously, that's super specific, super specific. It will not resonate with all of you, but I keep hearing that. With the high honors and the bad health and the mature man, it was an older gentleman who was very close to you. You held them in very high regard. They were very important to you. They either passed away and there was a big military funeral, or there was a huge celebration of light where they were honored for all of their accomplishments, and they were vast accomplishments. Or this person, their health suffered, and then they ended up going to an award ceremony or something like that honored them for all that they've invented or done, accomplished, something like that. It's almost like you met this person, the person who has a crush on you, at this ceremony, award ceremony, the funeral, or in the process of this whole thing. It could be that if this was a grandfather figure who passed or got really sick, it could be that their caregiver is the person who developed a crush on you. Their caregiver, or someone who... It was through that father or grandfather figure. That's all I can really pick up. It's different for everybody, but I really feel like you met this person kind of by chance. It's almost like this grandfather figure fell ill. You got a message that he wasn't doing well. You actually flew up to wherever he lived to see him, to take care of him, to whatever, maybe say goodbye. And then somehow you met this person, the one who has a crush on you, okay? Interesting, guys. This is pretty intense, and it's super specific. I don't know if it's going to resonate with a lot of you or what, but if it does, please let me know in the comments if I'm kind of on base here. All right, messages from your angels about this situation. We have Angel of Families. The angels surround both you and your family at the moment. Wow. as we're talking about a possible funeral or someone getting sick, it's ironic that that card came out. I didn't look at any of these cards, before I put them in piles, so I had no idea what I was going to get, so that's kind of crazy. Then we have Angel of Joyfulness. Something wondrous and magical is about to happen. We have Angel of Psychic Ability. Your intuitive and psychic abilities are strong at present. And then we have Goddess of Justice. What seems an injustice is actually a blessing. Okay? So, first of all, first message from your angels is that you're being supported right now. Whatever is going on, whatever hardship, you and your family are going through, you are being supported and carried through this, okay? With the Angel of Joyfulness, it is basically telling you that if things have felt bleak lately, if you've been down, if you've been sad, if you've been in grief, any of that, I feel like things are going to turn around. They're going to turn around pretty drastically. You're going to get some pretty great news, or you're going to have a pretty wonderful person walk into your life, okay? With that Angel of Psychic Ability, I feel like you guys are going to notice that your intuition is actually getting stronger somehow. Now, I almost feel like your psychic abilities are getting stronger due to whatever situation just happened. Now, that might seem strange to say because I don't necessarily believe in family passing on psychic ability to the next generation when they pass. I don't necessarily feel that it happens that way. I feel like it's something you're born with and something you develop over time yourself personally. But I'm almost getting this image of an elder passing away, and when they pass away, that energy going to the next down the line, if that makes sense. Or this is so interesting. It's almost, I'm getting the images of oral tradition and heritage and ancestors, that kind of thing. I feel like your family has really, really strong ties to your ancestors and traditions, that kind of thing. So there might be some special significance in whoever this male figure is passing something down to you, okay? Kind of passing on the torch, if that makes sense. And with the Goddess of Justice, what seems an injustice is actually a blessing. That is a hard card for me to really go into depth in this reading, because I feel like it can be triggering, and I feel like any way that I say it can be seen as insensitive. So I'm going to try to be extremely careful, give a trigger warning, that kind of thing. But it's almost like it's saying, what just happened was awful and painful, and, you're in a lot of grief, as you should be, and your feelings are completely valid, but something positive is going to spring from all this sadness, okay? Don't think that this happened for no reason, or that this is pain that has no meaning. There's going to be something beautiful that grows from this. And I will say, because this all feels connected to whoever it is that has a crush on you, it's very possible that this person who has a crush on you, I was going to say who you have a crush on, but you might. That might be why I said that, or it could be just, me having a throat chakra issue like usual. But I feel like you wouldn't have met this person unless this happened, okay? And I'm not saying that feels like a fair trade right now at all, but I am saying that knowing this person, this romantic interest, is going to be something positive that comes from this, whatever it is. It doesn't even have to follow along this whole timeline of a loved one passing or anything like that. It's just some kind of hardship. There's some kind of health scare, some kind of health issue. It could be that grandfather figure or elder, gets sick, but they recover. But in that time of sickness, you meet this person who ends up with a crush on you. It could be that as well. So just keep that in mind. All right, so how does this person feel about you romantically? We have differences. This person feels like you guys are night and day different, like so different. I feel like you guys look different, you act different, you think differently, you like different things. And it's down to the food, your hobbies, everything. But what I love here, especially with this card, is kind of the opposites attract kind of scenario. Apples and oranges, okay? Apples and oranges, they're opposites technically in how they're seen, but they go so well together, okay? And then we have belonging, house of night. This person feels a sense of home with you, of belonging with you. I actually feel like it goes deeper than that. This person, when they saw you or met you for the first time, I feel like there was a sense of deja vu. This person might have felt that they've known you before or they've met you before. There even might have been a moment where they're like, do I know you? Have we met? What's your name again? I'm sure we've met. Something like that. This sense of familiarity that you just can't place, but you know you've seen each other before. And for me, in this reading, I feel like this is kind of a past life scenario where you guys knew each other before in a past life. And then we have denial. Okay, so they might be denying their feelings for you, or they might be acknowledging the fact that they have feelings for you, but they're denying that they can get anywhere with these feelings. They might think that they have no chance with you, okay? So it's kind of feeling hopeless in this scenario, but what's funny about that is they might be feeling hopeless emotionally, but they're still reaching. There's still a sliver of hope here. So don't think this person has completely let go and they're going to move on, immediately. This person still has hope. It's just they're feeling like things are a little bleak at the moment in regards to you and them getting together. And then we have the High Priestess of Air. So you could be an air sign, or you could have a lot of air in your chart. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius does not have to be the case, but with the fiery energy that this person has, I almost feel like your air sign energy is going to be just what you guys need to have this just amazing explosion of passion at some point, which you could make the argument that you guys could combust, but overall, with the differences here, I feel like it's actually the things that make you guys so different are actually going to intrigue you guys to come closer, if that makes sense. So yes, I do think that this is someone that you reciprocate those feelings for, okay? We know they have a crush on you because that's what we asked. That was the reading. It was pretty self-explanatory. But the question is, how do you feel about them? Is this someone you see as a creep? Are they, not your type? Are they just a buddy? That kind of thing. Or are they more? And I feel like in this situation specifically, they can be more. I feel like those feelings actually can develop, and I feel like that sense of deja vu that person had about you is very similar to how you felt about them. And I feel like even through your grief, you might have had some sense of attraction at first seeing them, okay? So where is this relationship going next? We have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life, and make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Okay, guys, so hurry up and wait, first of all. But second of all, it is actually saying this is something that's going to be a little bit of a slow burn because of what you're going through or what this person's going through. I never did address that, but this can always be reversed. So it could be that they had a grandfather or fatherly figure who went ill, and in some way you were connected to that grandfather figure and they met you through them. Okay, so just know that you should take this story however it resonates to you, leave the rest. You know, this energy sometimes gets muddled when we're reading for so many different people and so many storylines. But what I will say is the next step in this relationship is for some effort to be made to get to know each other. And you might be feeling a little bit impatient at the beginning because you want it to move faster, or they might be feeling a little impatient, but it's going to be worth the wait. It is better to build a solid foundation now, put in that hard work, and then you can rest later and enjoy all of the dreamy, romantic, just relaxation that comes with love. Okay? Comes with new love specifically, if that makes sense. All right, so further messages for my pile 2 people. I don't know why, but I just heard Pauly Shore messages. I love Pauly Shore. Anyway, that might not mean anything to you. I just heard it. I love Pauly Shore, and the way I said that just reminded me of him. So anyway, messages for my pile 2 people about this situation. We have the Hermit in reverse. We have the 5 of Swords. And we have the 9 of Wands in reverse. Just when someone is about to give up, victory happens. Okay? It's definitely a scenario where someone thinks they've lost. And what they didn't know is that they had already won. It's just the victory was around the corner and they didn't have a good enough view of that yet. You know what I'm saying? It's basically just not having a full picture, giving up, feeling that you weren't wise, that you failed, that you were naive in some kind of way, and essentially triumph comes right when you give up. Okay, so I'm not getting further messages on that to clarify it. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys take that as you best, feel in regards to that. Okay. All right. So something new that I am doing for you guys is I bought charms and I am so excited. I have not looked at all of these charms yet though. I thought it'd be kind of fun to learn as I go. So either we are going to pull charms and I will have some fun little brief random messages, whatever I hear, or we will just sit in awkward silence for a couple seconds while I figure out what the heck I'm looking at. But either way, it'll be fun. Let's see what happens. Okay, so what's funny is 3 of these charms actually showed up in the first pile. So it might actually be beneficial to you to watch the first pile. Both piles are extremely different. The stories are not the same. But you might have more than one crush, or there might be messages in there that apply to you. But I will start off with the I can. So for you in particular, I feel like this is saying that you need to remind yourself that you can get through this. I can get through this. This is hard, but I can do it. I can push through this. Okay, so it's important to remember that you are supported with the angel wings here. Okay, you are supported, especially with the feather showing up right next to it. So I feel like you guys might be getting some signs through birds. You might have been finding, I'm trying to get a good angle on this so you guys can actually see it. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So a pretty little feather here. And then we had angel wings. I feel like it's possible you guys might have been finding feathers in your path recently. It is my personal opinion that every time you find a feather, it is important. It has meaning. It is a sign in some kind of way from your angels, from your higher self, from your guides, from, whatever you believe in, whatever you pray to. And I feel like it's generally a sign that you have something good coming your way, and it will be specific to the type of bird that the feather comes from. But it's also a sign of the angels protecting you in some kind of way, some kind of negativity in particular. So just know that whatever you're going through, you are supported. Arm here. Ooh, this is cute. So it just has a bunch of positive words on it. We have kind, free, true, at peace, brave, strong, happy, thankful, compassionate. I love this, guys. I really love that. I feel like it's reminding you kind of with that I can to see all the positive things that you have in your life. Kind of going back to this, what seems an injustice was actually a blessing. It's asking you to see the good in this scenario, okay? By being thankful for what you still have, for the blessings you still have, for the loved ones you still have, for, you know, whatever it is you have to be thankful for, it's actually going to help you move into a more positive mindset, but it's also going to help you release some of that grief and some of those blockages, okay? And with the skull and crossbones showing up, you know, that tells me right there that this is going to be an ending of some sort that is going to bring in this crush or this person, this relationship. Now, does that mean that this ending is a death? We're not even gonna touch that, because I think for majority of you, that is not the case, okay? Like I said, it's such a specific story. What I want you to take from the skull and crossbones is that there's gonna be some kind of ending that is gonna be very difficult for you. Some kind of change in course or direction that is not going to be comfortable, but it's going to put you in this person's path, or this person's going to be put in your path, you know, that kind of thing. So just know that that shift is going to bring in this new, really lovely situation, okay? They are fiery, they are passionate, they're feeling a little bit confused about this situation, but like I said, there's a sense of belonging that you guys will have together, okay? All right, so one thing I love to do is always end my readings with a yes, no, maybe pick a card session here. Now, okay, so right before I do that, this entire reading, and I did not have this issue with pile 1, this entire reading I have had an extreme throat chakra issue. Really bad. And I did not have that with pile 1 at all. I did not have that at all. And with that High Priestess of Air, I think even more, it's kind of pointing that you might have a lot of air in your chart. It's also possible that they have a lot of air in their chart, but somewhere we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, especially Gemini energy represented here, okay? Really strong air energy, but it's not balanced, okay? In some kind of way right now, it is not balanced. The throat chakra is blocked in one of you, probably you. You might have a hard time expressing yourself right now, or you might be saying things that you don't mean. So be really careful at this point in time. I'm almost hearing less is more. So communicate, absolutely, but maybe communicate with less words, or be a little bit more to the point so that you're not struggling to express yourself and then getting frustrated when other people don't understand, okay? All right, guys, so we're going to get to the yes, no, maybe pick a card portion of the reading. So I want you guys to think of that first question, for Pete's sakes. All right, so the answer is the Four of Hearts. This is a gift. Be willing to receive it, maybe, if you are open to receive. So it is a yes if you make room, and a no if you don't make room. Now, some of you might be going, well, I want love, so what do you mean? Of course, yes. Well, wanting something and making room for something is two different things, okay? If you have a job that has you working 80 hours a week, do you necessarily have enough time and energy to give another person, especially in a new relationship? Is it possible? Absolutely. I'm not saying you can't do it. I can, okay? You can. But is there enough room for you? is there enough room for you to take care of yourself and give them the time they deserve? Just ask yourself that. Do you have enough room emotionally? If you're going through something really difficult right now, do you have enough in your cup emotionally to give some to someone else? Okay? Just think about those things. Do you have room in your home? Do you have room in your life? Do you have room in your schedule? Do you have room in your heart? If you do, then the answer is yes. If you don't right now, then the answer is no. So just take that as you will. So think of that second question that would require a yes, no, maybe answer. And we have the Ace of Spades. A new start of communication and or truth is expressed. Yes. So very positive. If you ask me if this person's going to message you, answer's yes. If you're asking if you should message them, answer's yes. If you're wondering if an opportunity is going to come in, yes. If you are wondering if there's going to be a new start in communication between you and that person, or a dialogue is going to start between you and that person, answer is yes, and it's all very positive. All right, so think of that third question that would require a yes, no, maybe answer. And the answer is the Four of Diamonds. You were holding on too tightly. Let go. Let go and trust that if it is truly meant for you, it will stay or return to you. So I don't need to clarify that one. I think that's pretty straightforward. All right, honeybees. So if you got to the end of this reading, I don't know, what should we leave in the comments to show that it resonated? If there is a yin-yang symbol kind of showing that the opposites attract, let's leave that in the comments. If not, let's leave a green heart emoji in the comments to kind of show that heart chakra opening up, to kind of inspire those feelings to flow in a more positive and beautiful way between you and the person who has a crush on you, because I do feel like those feelings are reciprocated. All right, honeybees, if you liked this content and want to see more content like it, join the family, subscribe down below. And if you are over 18 and you want to see that 18 plus reading who has a crush on you, once again, the link is in the description and it is in the comments, both under the timestamps. That is a completely free reading, so enjoy. All right, honeybees, I love you guys so much. Bye. Hello, all my beautiful pile 2 people, or those of you who felt drawn to the soda light. This is your reading. Who has a crush on you? We're just going to separate these cards really quickly. Super excited to get into these. I did not look at any of them, so this will be a surprise for me as well. All right. Wow. Okay, so we have an Aries. The energy around you is dynamic and spontaneous. Crusading impulsive action is likely. And then we have a Cancer. The energy is emotional, sensitive, caring, and loving. It may concern family, a mother, or a child. So one thing I'll say is you could be dealing with 2 different people who have crushes on you. One, an Aries, or someone who has a lot of Aries in their chart or embodies that Aryan energy. And then we have a Cancerian person who either has Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node in Cancer, or they kind of have that Cancerian energy. If you are only dealing with one person, this is someone with a really strong dual nature. It could be an Aries sun sign and a Cancer moon sign, or maybe they're pretty split down the middle through their chart of having a lot of fire and a lot of water. So you have someone who is extremely passionate, dynamic, forward moving, a little more aggressive, but then they have that dual nature of being very emotional and nurturing, a little bit more receptive and observant, if that makes sense. So take that as it resonates and as we get more messages to this. But you could be dealing with one person with a very strong dual nature, or you are dealing with 2 people who are pretty much opposites. Okay, I'll let you decide which one. How did you meet this person or people? We have imprisonment. So, all right, so first thing I'll say, because I have to, could have met this person in prison. Or or they were in jail or in prison. We're just gonna leave that story there and move on. What I'm hearing is that you met this person or people at a time in your life where you felt completely trapped, like you had no choices in any path that you wanted to be on. Like you had no choices. You literally had to walk forward. There was no bends or forks in the road. And I think in specific, you guys felt like you had no options in love, or you felt like you could never find a romantic partner, you know, something like that. And what's interesting about this is as you felt completely trapped, locked away from the world, not connected, I feel like this person or these two people, whatever story it is, were watching you from apart. Oh my gosh, watching you from afar and just appreciating you, okay? They see you, boo. They see you. All right, so messages from your angels about this situation. We have Goddess of the Sacred Power. You are being encouraged to take a leading role in your current situation. And then we have Angel of Communication. Communicate clearly. Don't be afraid to tell it like it is. So I'm hearing that a lot of you have been, and it kind of goes with this imprisonment. I'm almost getting Eight of Swords vibe here. So essentially you have in the traditional Eight of Swords card, a woman who is blindfolded, and she is surrounded by 8 swords that are floating in the air, okay? Her legs are not bound, okay? I can't remember if her arms are bound or not. If her arms are bound, and they might be, her legs are not bound. And these floating swords, there is gaps between all of them. You could literally get up and walk out. But she's so crippled by fear of being injured by these swords that she is keeping herself imprisoned. Okay, and I feel like that's kind of what's going on here, is that you haven't, and this might be hard to hear, you might have imprisoned yourself in some kind of way because you were afraid to take a big risk in your life. And it could be as simple as you are in a job that does not fulfill you. Maybe it's a job where you don't get really any human interaction, and you're afraid to get back out there into a workforce dealing with customers. You're really scared to do that because it's change and it's risky, because it's maybe not something you've done a lot of, but you really want to do it. You really want to do it. Okay, so it could be something as simple as that, or it could be a matter of taking risks in love. But either way, I feel like these people notice you during that time period in particular. Now, I know that that's still pretty vague in regards to who these people are, but that's all the messages that I'm getting so far. So hopefully we'll get more clarity as we go. All right, so tell me about the romantic feelings that this person or people have for my pile 3 people. We have, here's what I'm going to do, is I already have a feeling that for some of you, this is one person, and for some of you, it's 2. So if it's just one person for you guys, take all these cards as one. But what I'm going to do is, as I go, I'm going to feel guided to place a card on each side, and that's going to be talking more about each person's feelings specifically. Okay, so first of all, we have the Warrior card, which I'm going to put with the Aries side. We have the High Priestess of Earth, which I'm going to put on the Cancerian side. High Priestess of Spirit, I'm going to put on the Aries side. We have Rigid, I'm going to put that on the Cancer side. And Fulfillment, I'm actually going to put in the middle. Okay, that's what felt right to me. So let's do this. So if you are dealing with 2 people, the Aries energy person, This is the person who wants to be your knight in shining armor, regardless of gender. They want to swoop in and save you in some kind of way. This person also sees you as a spiritual authority. Okay, very ethereal, very angelic in some kind of way. And I just heard some of you guys, angel, are you kidding me? But that's how this person sees you. Okay, this person sees you as a freaking angel, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with your actions. They might see your beauty or your attractiveness as angelic in some kind of way. You have very, very strong, beautiful features. Okay, I feel like you guys have a very strong chin in some kind of way, very strong cheekbones, and this person really appreciates that about you. If this person is not the one who wants to be your knight in shining armor, they see you as the knight and shining armor type, and they love that energy. It's almost like two heroes fall in love, okay? Because this Aries energy, I'm definitely getting someone who wants to swoop in and save the day, but they also want to be saved. Or they want a partner in crime, even though it's not in crime. You know what I'm saying? They want a partner to save the world type energy. This person is so funny. I feel like the Aries person's very theatrical. That might be another clue for you. They're very theatrical. They might be kind of a clown in a good way. Everybody loves them. They love to joke. Definitely the class clown energy, okay? This person is funny to the point that they could probably be a professional comedian. They are that funny. And I feel like when you're around this person, you could just laugh and laugh and laugh. And it's almost like when someone laughs so much that their head starts to feel like it's going to explode and their stomach starts to hurt. Like, even though you're uncomfortable and you're hurting, you're so happy. You're so happy because you just spent all that time laughing and having fun and truly enjoying yourself. So that energy, I feel like this person has a lot of respect for you. And they are very, very attracted to you. In regards to love, I don't feel like it has developed into love, at least yet, okay? So just know that. I'm not getting that they are in love with you right now, but I do feel like they're attracted to you, they respect you, they want to be there for you, they want to see where this goes. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. Now over to the Cancerian energy with that High Priestess of Earth and Rigid. So this person, the feelings they have towards you, they are very stubbornly wanting one outcome. Okay, this person's very stubborn is what I'm hearing, and they want it one way. They want to have a family with you. They want to settle down. They want to live happily ever after. It's almost like someone who literally gets a pen and paper and draws down their 50-year plan is probably the better way to put it. 50-year plan. Okay, when I turn 23, we are going to get married, and then when I turn 24, we are going to have our first child. And when I turn 25, we are going to have the second child. And when I turn 28, skipping forward a bit, we are going to enroll our kids in private school. And you see what I'm saying? At age 60, I will retire from my very successful job and we will go live in a lake house. You know, it's like this person has planned out everything. And this person wants their dream exactly that way. Now, I'm not trying to pick on this person at all, but I do feel like with the Rigid card showing up there, that's exactly what their attitude is. They are very rigid and stubborn when it comes to what they want. Now, is that a bad thing? Not necessarily. If you want the same thing, then it's a wonderful thing. If you don't want the same thing, that's where I can see a lot of conflict between you and that person. Hints to who this person is, I feel it's not that they're intense, even though their feelings are intense. This person is very outwardly affectionate to you verbally, Okay. And like I said, not in an aggressive way, not in an intense way, but I think this person is not afraid to tell you that you look beautiful today or you look handsome today. This is someone who is very sweet to you in their words, but they do it in a very straightforward way. It's almost like you're beautiful, like said very casually. Or you're handsome, said very casually. It's not said with reverence. It's not said with a wink. It's literally said almost like they would say, can you please pass me the salt? Like said in a very matter of fact way. And what I kind of love about that is, even though it's not the most romantic thing in the world, it's honestly, this person is basically paying you the highest compliment. This person, they don't say something unless they mean it. So you know if they're saying you're beautiful or you're handsome or you're intelligent or you're wonderful, they truly mean it. Okay? So what I like about this Cancerian energy versus the Aries energy is the Aries energy is, like I said, very theatrical, very dramatic, but I could see that this is also someone who, I would not call the Aries person a player at all. That's not what I'm getting at. But I do think that this person's affections could run very, very hot, and then all of a sudden they get bored and then they shift their direction to something else and run off. Okay? I feel like that's the possibility with this Aries person. But with this Cancerian person, I feel like the probability is very high that they've already decided they want to be with you, and so that's where they want this to move forward, and they will stay committed to that action, okay? But like I said, this all has to do with what you want, okay? Now, I'm not telling you that the Aries person is for sure going to run away from you. I just want you to know that they're more fickle, okay? They're definitely more fickle. I think both of these people think that they could have fulfillment with you, though. I really do. I feel like they could have fulfillment with you, absolutely. So they both want to move forward with you. They both want to make some kind of commitment to you, but you guys definitely have a choice on your hands. Now, if this is one person, I want you guys to take all of that information and form it into one person who is very complicated. You have someone who is dynamic but reserved, someone who is passionate but also very nurturing and calm. You have someone who is a carefree spirit, but they're also extremely stubborn when they want something. You have someone who is very fickle, but they're also very reliable. You see what I'm saying? It's very complicated person. You will not be bored. All right, so where is this relationship going next? We have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay, so if you are dealing with one person, I feel like the person who has a crush on you, there is a high probability that they're going to have some kind of codependent energy upon you. Now, that could go into something really bad where it turns into a toxic relationship with you, where they're completely codependent on you in too many ways. And or the other part is this person might not realize their own worth, and they might become codependent upon you emotionally. It's almost like, oh, this person, they do have reverence for you. They really do. Okay. But I could see that turning into, oh my gosh, my partner's so amazing. I don't deserve them. I can't even believe they're with me. And then there might be some kind of odd jealousies that peak up just because this person's so afraid of losing you. So it's a little bit of a red flag. Now, if you're dealing with two people, I feel like those people are going to get jealous about each other. And that's going to cause kind of an emotional codependence. And instead of each of them knowing their worth and realizing that no matter what happens, they're deserving of love and they'll find love, I feel like they might they might feel like going after each other a bit. There might be a little bit of a scenario where both of your potentials duke it out in your honor. Okay? It's definitely me at the flagpole after school, okay? Further messages for my pile 3 people about this situation. Ooh. A few cards here. We have the 9 of Cups in the reverse. We have the 10 of Swords in reverse. We have the Lovers in reverse. The 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. We have the 7 of Swords. And we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, further messages about this situation is I would say that now is not a good time to choose. If you're dealing with 2 people, now is not the right time to choose either one. If you were dealing with 1 person, now is not the time for this to manifest between the 2 of you. Now, I want to go back to that 2-person story again. The 2 people, if you're dealing with 2 people who both have crushes on you, they're going to be made aware of each other if they aren't already. Now, I'm hearing a huge red flag of be very careful. Now, it is perfectly okay for you to be dating both of them, you know, in a casual setting. If you have not made commitments to either one of them, just know that there's not going to be any repercussions karmically for you dating both of them. That's what I'm hearing. Now, if you start leading them both on, then that could be an issue. So for instance, they're 2 very different people. And let's say you already know you like one way more than you like the other, as wonderful as they both are. There might be the inclination to hold on to both of them because it's so fun or because you like both of them. You could have really strong romantic feelings for one of them and the other one you don't have romantic feelings, but you still care about them. That's when it gets very difficult. You don't want to hurt anybody. But I'm hearing that if you draw this out too far or you lead both of them or one of them on for a married chase, I feel like that's going to come back and blow you up in your face. I really do. So be very careful. Even with good intentions, this could end pretty ugly if you don't keep both people's mind and heart in mind. I was gonna say your mind in mind. That's interesting. Keep each person's feelings in mind as you go, okay? And I don't think I have to tell you that. I think you guys are already really sweet, loving, caring people. I just want you to take extra thought on that so you don't deal with more conflict in the future between these 2. All right, something new that I'm doing for you guys that I'm super excited about is I now have charms. Now, I have not gone through all these charms yet, so I am going to pull charms, see what I get, tell you whatever messages I hear. Now, if it's a new charm I don't understand or I don't know what I'm looking at, there might be an awkward silence or 2. So either way, we'll have fun with it. So here we go. All right. Okay, so this is so funny. I got this charm in one of the last readings that I did, not in this current reading. And for the life of me, I could not understand what it was saying. So I'm going to put this really close right here and see if you guys can read it. To me, it looks, and it doesn't make any sense. It looks like it says, and every fair from fair sometimes declines, and every pair from fair sometimes declines. Something like that. It makes no sense to me. If you guys can read that better than I can, it could be that I'm reading it incorrectly. I don't know. Let me know. I don't know exactly what that's trying to say, but in terms of something that once seemed fair is now declining, it's almost like it's reminding you that our looks fade with age. Now, that might not be what this is saying at all. Like I said, that charm, I can't read it for the life of me. I can't understand what it's saying. But that's the image that I just got, is someone needs to be reminded that beauty, physical beauty, fades over time. Your beauty internally always shines. Okay? So it might be just something to keep in mind that you are beautiful regardless of how you feel you might look physically. Okay? So don't be self-conscious. Don't feel like you're less deserving or worthy of these two beautiful or one beautiful suitor, depending on your story. But I feel like you guys need to be reminded that you are incredible, you are worthy, you are beautiful. Love yourself as you are. And then we have the two hearts entwined here, okay, which is really beautiful. Two stories I just heard from that is, one, you are dealing with a soulmate connection here with at least one of them. At least one of them, okay? The other story I'm hearing is that these two potential love interests, these two people who have a crush on you, they have a connection somehow. Now, one thing that would be very, very interesting and funny would be is if this is brothers, two brothers, or two cousins, two people related to each other, both of them have crushes on you. Or it could be two best friends. There's something about these two people, they have a soulmate connection that is not romantic, okay? They have a platonic soulmate connection in some kind of way. They're connected, okay? So that's something really interesting about this scenario. And then we have the key, the butterfly, and we have, a flying horse, Pegasus is what I just heard, and then we have a turtle. So what I'm hearing is slow and steady wins the race. You do not have to make a decision right now. I know that I said that it's important not to lead either person on, but I would still say that it is within your right to date both of them casually, as long as you're being completely honest with yourself and them as you go. With the key here, you have the key you need to unlock the situation, okay? Pretty much the power is in your hands. Either you can choose to unlock this opportunity of romance with one of them or both of them, or you can choose to put the key in the lock and lock it up forever and put it away. So just know that you are the one with the power in this situation, and it's pretty much going to fall to your shoulders on how this kind of ends up. Now, with that flying horse, Pegasus, I feel like this is more a synchronicity, just to kind of show you that this is your pile. For instance, if I keep seeing the movie Hercules in my mind, so that might be one of your favorite Disney movies. Maybe you watched it a lot as a child, I don't know. It could be as well that you have a deep love for Greek mythology, or and here's the other one, the person in this scenario who has a crush on you that you have a soul tie with, kind of going with these hearts, I feel like that person's going to have either Greek heritage, or they're going to have a very intense love for Greek culture and history and mythology. So if you hear your Aries or Cancer person talk about Zeus or Ares or Artemis or Venus, if we're talking about Roman mythology, any of the gods or goddesses from that lore, I feel like that's going to be a sign. Okay, and that person is the one that you have the soul connection to. the person who I think you're going to have the most feelings for. So, and this is really interesting, guys, because obviously if someone has a crush on you, it does not mean that you have a crush on them. Their feelings are not indicative of your feelings. But in this case, and this has actually been pretty close to all three piles, actually, in this case, I feel like you actually can have feelings for both of these people. I feel like you know both of them. Like I said before, I feel like you have felt trapped. Oh, wait, was that the last reading? Nope, that is you. I've been talking so long, I thought that I was on to the next reading. How crazy is that? I know you guys felt trapped, and maybe you kind of had blinders on and you weren't seeing these people, but I still feel like you were aware of them. You might not have been aware of their feelings, but you were aware of them. And I feel like as you opened your eyes and maybe you started to walk out of that cave into the sunlight, I just heard Plato's Cave. So if you guys know that short story, I feel like that messaging is going to be relevant to you in some kind of way. I feel like you guys are afraid to see the truth about something, and that kind of keeps you in the cave. So once you're ready to see the truth and maybe do some shadow work to figure out why it is you are so afraid of commitment and love, you know, at your core, I feel like that's going to help you unlock the opportunities with both of these people. All right, honeybees. So I love to end my readings with a ask a question segment. So this is going to be 3 questions that would require a yes, no, maybe answer, and I will pull your cards. So think of that first question. And this is the 10 of Spades. As I flipped it over, the 10 of Spades, a brutal, painful ending. You can get through this. Be strong. No, it was meant to end. So think of that second question that would require a yes, no, maybe answer. And we have the Queen of Clubs. You're powerful. Own it. So if you just asked me about whether or not you should do something that you want to do, like maybe there's something you want to do that would be a little bit ballsy, okay? But you're afraid to take that risk. It is saying take the risk. Be passionate, go after what you want, and make no apologies for going after your passions. Okay, it is strongly encouraging you to follow your heart here and your passions. All right, think of that third, let's turn this around. Think of that third question that would require a yes, no, maybe answer. And we got the 5 of Spades. They are hiding something from you. Get a full view of the situation. So that is not a yes or a no. It is a, you don't have all the pieces to the puzzle right now. And until you do, the answer I give you is not going to make sense. So look at this situation in a cerebral, logical way. Try to get a better vantage point so you can see the full scope here. For some of you, you might actually have to ask for a second opinion. For instance, if you have a friend who knows this situation or knows the people involved, it could actually be very beneficial to you to ask for an unbiased viewpoint from them. Okay? All right, oh my beautiful honeybees. If you resonated with this pile, let's leave... Is there a scales emoji like Libra, like the scales? Because I feel like this is all about weighing your options, having a dual nature, you know, that kind of thing. If there's not a scales emoji, how about we do a fire emoji to talk about that passion, that fire, that dynamic energy that you need to pull into yourself to take the risks needed to bring you to your fulfillment and your happiness and your desires, all right? So go ahead and leave that in the comments if this resonated. Don't forget that if you want to see the 18 plus saucy reading, then that link will be in the description and it will be pinned in the comments under the timestamps. It's a completely free reading, so enjoy. All right, all my sweet honeybees, I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys to the moon and back. Bye.